Hi, Ashley, and hi, Tommy. Um,
Hey Jack, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks, bud.
So my question for you is, the last time you and the Wanderers met, I remember you saying that you want to suffocate their midfield because they have strong players in the midfield like Luis Bellon Goyet, Abukar Sissoko, and Andre Rampersad. But I know that as the tournament goes on, like stuff changes with injuries. Players like Oliver Minatel sometimes get out, and I hope he's doing better. But my question was, uh, what is going to be your approach? Is it going to be kind of the same or a bit different? And I'm not sure if you can tell me this right now, but I'd love to know your approach to the game.
Um, I'll tell you what it is. I'll take you into our mind. So we always talk about, not getting too high on the wins and too low on the losses. You just got to keep moving forward, recover, and move on. And with only really a 48-hour turnaround before you're going into another big game, you got to manage energy. So with that, that plays into who you select as your team, the type of football you want to play. Because I'm a firm believer in the ball doesn't sweat. The ball doesn't get tired. It doesn't sweat. So we've got to make it our friend in this game, because what we've seen from Halifax is they're very organised defensively. They'll look to pry on mistakes, and in Coach Hart, he's very clever in doesn't need possession. He's not about possession stats. He's about purposeful stats that when they have it, can they cut you open? Can they prey on a mistake? Can they frustrate you? So I think for us is we've got to make sure that the thing that moves the most is the ball, and keep it away from them as often as we can, and hope that they tire quicker than we do, because this tournament will be won on three things: mindset,
Mm-hmm.
bit of magic, or mistakes. And I think it's the team that can put those pieces together that will be successful.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
I do see though, Jack, did you have one more question for Tommy?
Yeah, I had a question actually for Tommy.
Yeah.
So my question is, in that first game against Halifax, it was a close game, very intense. That was actually one of the games where Halifax, even though they had less than 50% possession, they had higher than a lot of the other games in the series. And then you just mentioned now that you want to kind of pass the ball around, tire them out. So does that indicate a different strategy uh, going into this game than the first game?
I think it's whoever can connect the first few passes, because all teams can press in different times. But it's how long you can press for. We call it the 6 second rule. So if you can't win the ball back in 6 seconds, then just get yourself back into alignment and make it tough for them to play through your lines. For us, if we gain possession, can we make sure that they don't win it back in 6 seconds, and then we can just move it side to side, and gaps appear. It's all good. Every game plan is good going into it, but often you got to read and react. If they didn't choose to press as high against Forge. They chose a mid block, but they were good and successful when they did. They caused a couple of early turnovers for both of Garcia's chance. One he scored, and then they just said, right, you know what, we're leading the game, and we're going to sit in our own half and catch you on the break. And they did that remarkably well, and we're unlucky not to win the game, if not for a bad call. But for us, if they high press, we play over. Pacific tried to high press us, so we played behind them. And we learned, from the game against Halifax, when they try and shut your space off in front of you, they leave space behind them. If they drop back, they leave space in front of them. So it's really a game of chess where you've just got to see what the opposition gives you, and just use that to your advantage.
Yeah, and that's interesting. So just to follow up quickly, obviously with a lot of the midfield injuries that you have, Adekube is probably going to play an important role in your game, and he's had one of the best completed passing ratios. So how important is he in this game tomorrow?
Yeah, he's been important as the whole tournament's gone on. That's why we've been fortunate, and Elliot Simmons very, very well as well. He's an incredible passer of the ball, but they've added different parts. They've rested when they've needed to. They've gone in and taken the hold of the game when they've had to. You look at Bruno Zebbi as well as another one of that, Nick Ledgerwood, where they share the workload, and I think they're going to be so important, because I think they've got a very good midfield three. It's a very physical one, with Rampersat, Sissoko, and Belan Goyet. They're physical, but they can also play. They're good footballers, and I think they've got a nice combination. So it's important that tactically we get our plan right to make sure that they're chasing more than hunting.
Good. Well, good luck with the game. It certainly should be a fun one to watch.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward to it.